Welcome back to Stocklabs for another market recap. It's Halloween weekend, so happy Halloween. We just finished basically the last full week of October on the 28th. Was a solid week overall for markets, which we were kind of expecting, although it was quite a bit turbulent throughout the week, especially for the NASDAQ. So our index performance for date, IWM was the leader, up 6%. Same with Dow, up 5.6%. Those two kind of broke away from the NASDAQ. S&P was up 3.9, and the NASDAQ was up 2% because we had a couple major NASDAQ components just bomb out on earnings. Google was down. Claude or Google had reported before, I think, but it was clawing its way back by the end of the week. Amazon was down 20-something% after hours, finished down, I don't know, 7 or 8 or 9% something by the time the next day had rolled around. Facebook got blown up, down 20% on earnings or something. It bounced very slightly into the end of the week off the lows, but yeah, bad week for those. And Apple kind of was up and down after hours, and then finished up 6 or 7% on Friday because the market kind of rallied on Friday anyway. And okay, gold was an underperformer, basically flat-ish. Credit was up, oil was up, bonds were up. So pretty good week for risk overall. Like I said, we're kind of expecting more just shallow dips and short covering to take place this week. That's basically what was happening the entire week. We had a couple down days on Wednesday, Thursday, marginally. I mean, NASDAQ was always doing worse all week, but the other indices were kind of just chopping and then moving up by the end of the week. The Dow has kind of gone a little bit parabolic in the last off the lows. Basically, it's been straight up. For the leadership stocks, like I started to mention, pretty wide disparity this week. Okay, NVIDIA was up 11%, but the guys that were reporting this week, Meta down 24% for the week, Amazon down 13%. Like I said, Google had a slightly down week. Microsoft had a slightly down week. These guys had reported before. Meta was Wednesday, Amazon was Thursday, Apple was Thursday. And Apple ended up finishing up almost 6% for the week, basically in line with the Dow. Tesla Apple up 6%, Tesla also up 6.5%. Tesla kind of trading on its own. I don't recall if they reported earnings yet. I don't think they have, unless they did it a while ago. I just can't remember. So, yeah, I mean, pretty wide disparity. I mean, yeah, this leadership group is all tech stocks, and that's kind of where all the volatility was this week. Everything else, S&P was pretty stable. The Dow was good. Even small cap Russell was, kind of small caps were kind of following along with the Dow, just as basically non-tech risk on that you could take. So that's kind of how that trade was playing out for those guys. Breadth-wise for the industries, I mean, it looks pretty good overall. Basic materials were the laggard, up only 1.75% on a median basis. Industrials led. Obviously, the Dow was up a lot. Utilities have kind of started to bounce back, up 5.5%. Consumer up 5.75%, but it had been really oversold coming in. Tech, kind of a laggard here, but subsectors, you'll see there's not going to be a lot of tech stuff on here. It's just going to be kind of a lot of real economy, more value-driven sectors were the best performers. We've got the 75. We've got 96 sectors up 5% on a median basis, so that's pretty good from a breadth perspective. On the downside, we didn't really have much of anything, even though some of the tech was getting beaten up. Nothing was really falling apart to the downside, aside from those isolated earnings names that really got woodshedded on the reports, and the reports were bad, so it was kind of justified. Breadth on a market cap basis. We'll see if that sheds any light on the market. 5.7% for 1 to 5 billion, 5 to 10 billion, up 4.75, slightly underperforming the Russell. 10 to 50 billion, up 4.7 again, kind of uniform here. 50 to 100 billion, 4.5. So yeah, I mean, everything was up about 4 to 5%, sort of. Yeah, 4.4 on the Terra caps as well. So not really anything that interesting here. I mean, it was just kind of a broad-based bounce, and then you got, like I said, you got some major names that got destroyed along the way. For our intelligence this week, pretty sparse. Consumer discretionary bullish. Interesting. Short treasuries is bullish. So treasury, might see the bond market back off. That would give the equity market some problems again, because it's kind of been stocks have been keying off rates for a while since the stance of the Fed has been that rates are going to keep going up. I mean, we've gotten kind of the rates to back off a little bit last several weeks, but looks like Stocklabs is saying it's time to resume the upward trend in rates. I don't know what this is. Inverse Bitcoin is bullish this week, so okay, yeah, a lot of these things are tied together. Bitcoin was under a lot of pressure with rates and the dollar moving up. Ultra short Japan, bullish. So okay, a lot of short. I don't know what the CTF is at the bottom, but yeah, a lot of risk off sort of stuff aside from the consumer discretionary ETF. On the downside, check. Do we have invert this? Yeah, so Ultra Semiconductors. This is a bullish ETF. It's rated bearish. So bearish semis this week. Bearish the homies. Bearish gold miners. Bearish emerging markets. Bearish silver. Bearish nickel, another commodity. So it looks like between the two sides of this, like the bullish ETFs, the bearish ETFs on here, I mean, it seems like Stocklabs is trying to call without calling sort of a high in the market here as of Friday. We're not quite overbought on the main algorithm, but probably based on this the intelligence stuff, and then kind of just as we sort of move a little closer to the Fed meeting, month end's over. We're through some of the, a lot of major earnings. While the market's digesting that stuff, I would expect some pullback this week. If it's not the actual swing high, at least some consolidation, like chopping a little bit lower, for this week, just sort of either consolidating the up move or figuring out if we're going to make, another push down toward the lows as we get into November. So we'll see. I mean, I'd be pretty cautious this week. If you're about to FOMO into the market just because we came off the lows last couple of weeks. It'd probably be a little bit ill advised. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it was a solid week for the market. We were kind of expecting it, and now it's probably time to reassess how we're going to play the rest of the fourth quarter trend. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Earnings season's ongoing. Fed's coming up. Holidays and everything are a little ways off, but also coming up as well. So, yeah, a little bit cautious this week. Some risk off action probably expected, and we'll check back in next week to see how it actually played out. Talk to you guys then. Bye.